Hey guys, what's up? It's me Omar from buymeaniphone.com, and today I have a really cool product I'm really happy to show you guys here. This is something I picked up while I was at CES 2013 by our friends at Element Case, and this is the Element Case Special Edition Sector 5 Black Ops case. So this is one of the newer cases for 2013 for the iPhone 5. I've been really looking forward to checking it out. They announced it a little while ago, but I actually got a chance to see it at CES, and they gave me one of the cases here to take with me and to try out. So I've had this on my case for about 2 weeks now. Since I got it at CES, I put it on right away, and I've been using it for a while. So I've really enjoyed using it. It's a very nice case. It's also a very pricey case, so we'll talk about that in a second. But let's go ahead and do this. We're going to do this review in reverse. Since I already have the case on my phone, I'm going to show you that, and I'll show you what comes inside the box, but then I'll actually take the case off the phone and show you how exactly the case works, okay? So here we have a really nice case, the box here for it, Sector Black Ops case for iPhone 5. Slide this out. We have a clear section here. That's where the case would usually be, right there. So open that up and take the insert out here. So here we can see included with it is some very nice goodies that they threw in here along with the case as well. So let's take them out, and I'll go ahead and describe what each of them are one by one. So first off, we have our instructions. Of course, gotta have the instructions to go with it. So let's put this box over here. So just the instructions on how to set up the case, how to put it together. As you can see, the Sector case is much different from the other Element cases because you only have to remove one screw now in order to take off the case. Before, you have to take off 4 different screws. And it has kind of like a link set type of system that they have working there, so that's really nice. So that's the instructions on how to do that. They also include something that I'm really glad to see them including, because one of the things I've always had an issue with was, especially with the back adhesive backs that they include with this, because it's basically just an aluminum bumper, okay, with an adhesive back. But when you want to take off the case and use a different case for a while, you got no place to stick your adhesive back. So now they started including this this back plate tack sheet right here. So you can basically take off the back plate piece, stick it on here, put it in the box, and when you're ready to use it again, you can take it back off of there and put it back on the back of the phone, and it'll still stick, and it won't get all full of dust or anything like that. So as you can see, it does include a felt back piece right here, which is really nice, kind of similar to like their vapor cases and things. And right now, I have on the back of this is a very nice, really cool back shield. I'll show you that in more detail in a second. But it does include a secondary one here, so we have this black felt one. So that goes there. They also have a let's see here. The Stealth Dark Tinted Anti-Glare Screen Shield, real thick, really sharp. I didn't actually use this on the case. I'm actually testing out another screen shield on my phone right now, so I didn't have a chance to use this. But it looks like a pretty nice screen shield. It is tinted slightly though, so I'm not sure if that would affect the actual display of the screen of the phone. But so, like I said, I'm reviewing the case, not the screen shield. So that's just something I want to let you guys know about. Also included here is some rail guards. I believe they call these. These are called rash guards, and so these are just additional pieces that you can include on the side of the phone just to prevent it from getting any kind of scratches, because there are some open ports and slots on the side of the case, so you can actually stick this to on the edges of it, and it'll line up with the phone, and it has the holes for the buttons and such. You probably can't see that on screen, but I'll put some stills images of that. You can see that from the picture right there. And so you basically wrap it. You can put this on the edge of the phone to make sure that the parts that are being shown through here, the cutaways and stuff, it still will be protected through any kind of dust or dirt or anything that may get into there and rub against the phone. So just a little extra protection that they throw in there as well. So we have those right there. Let's put these things to the side. Let me show you this case here. So this is the what is this called? Like this is the holster. I'm forgetting that the material of this is like, it feels like a knife holster. It's very high quality, very nice. The phone looks really good in it. As you can see, you just pop it out. Oh, I'm sorry. It does include the screwdriver as well. I forgot to mention that. You do need the screwdriver to get the case on. We'll get to that in a second. So you put this on your case right there, stick it in there, clip it in, and bam, it's good to go. You can face it inwards, outwards. Doesn't really matter. If you want to protect the screen, probably better to face it inwards, but it's still going to be showing here. And as you can see, you can actually still use the camera while it's on here. And so basically, you put this on your hip, on your vest, if you're like, if you're in construction, if you're in law enforcement, whatever, so you can basically keep the case on you at all times. Really nice quality little pouch that they gave you to include with that. So really high quality, real durable, real nice. So let's put that to the side. Okay, and we also have the screwdriver as well. So here we have the case on the phone. Like I said, it's an aluminum bumper, basically is what it is, and this is a black non-glare Type 3 hard anodized finished like aluminum. So it doesn't have a shine to it. There's no it doesn't look like normal aluminum. It's really has like a matte finish to it. Okay, and this one does include the amber corners. So you can see that it's kind of nice when the light is hitting it just right. You can kind of see that kind of stands off a little bit. Looks really sharp. So the really cool thing that I like that they included with this here is the back plate. So this is a tactile CNC G10 back plate, which is made by VZ Grips, and they're actually a custom grips for guns. Okay, so this is like a really rough type of material. I'm not sure how I can describe the texture of it. It's basically the same thing like the knife handles and like the gun grips would be made of. Okay, really rough, almost like sandpaper. And this kind of worried me a little bit too, because as you can see, it has like a real bumpy kind of texture to it. It looks really rough, and I was kind of worried that sliding this in and out of my jeans after a while would maybe rip my jeans up a little bit like sandpaper. But I've had no issues with it whatsoever. It's been fine. It hasn't worn down my jeans or torn them or snags or anything like that. And it provides a really good grip while it's in your hand, surprisingly. So obviously it's made for grips for a gun. So if you put it on the back of the phone, it'll definitely stay in your hand really really well. And it just kind of looks sharp. As you can see, that it looks totally different than anything else you maybe have seen. So it just looks really cool. So let me go ahead and show you the case and we'll do the walk around. Get to the top here, the standby switch is being blocked off. There's like a rubber nub right here. I wish it was a little bit more firm or harder. This is it's like soft rubber, and it's really recessed, so you can barely see when you push it like that. The other buttons I've used in the past were like they pop up a little bit more, so it's easier to feel it. I mean, it's not a big deal, but you can still feel the click when you get through it, so it is covered up. It's being blocked off right there. Get to the side, we have the silence switch and the up and down buttons for the volume. It's just one big opening for all those things right there. Easy to get into. You can fit your finger in there. It should be no problem at all. Get to the bottom, we have some individual cutouts here. So we have the lightning connector, we have the speaker, the microphone, the cutaways for those as well, and the nice big opening for the headphone jack, and you shouldn't have any issue getting most of your headphones to fit in there. Even if they're not like the smaller recessed plugs, if they're a little bit larger, they should be okay in there, fitting into that port. Get to the front, and there's not much of a lip on the actual case itself, so you can't really put it face down. I have a screen shield on my phone right now that's actually a glass screen shield, so it's a little bit thicker, so don't let that kind of fool your eye there. So it's basically to the edge, okay, as you can see there. So if you put it on the table face down, it's pretty much going to be touching the screen of the phone. So just one thing to keep in mind. And so this back plate here is adhered to here. This is just an aluminum bumper, and so this back piece has a sticker that you peel off the sticker and you apply it and line it up and you just apply it. So it's just stuck to the back of it, but it hasn't shifted, it hasn't felt like it's going to move or anything on me. Very secure. And the pretty big opening here for the camera and for the flash, and I haven't had any kind of weird bounce back issues with the flash bouncing off the edge of the back plate. Okay guys, so now we've talked about the case. I'm going to go ahead and take the case off of the phone and just to show you exactly how that works. Included in the pouch here is 2 additional screws in case you happen to lose any one of the screws on here. And you do have the little tool here, so you can put this on your keychain, keep it close by you in case you ever need to take the case off, because you do have to unscrew it off, so you can't just pop off this case whenever you feel like it. Okay, pop it there. There's the screwdriver right there. And all you gotta do is loosen one screw. I believe it's this one right here. Much faster than the way it worked before, because before, like I said, you had 4 screws. That would take you a little bit of time to have to take all 4 screws out. So pop out that screw, take that out, and then you have this link right here that lifts up. Lift it up, and so as you can see here, it just separates off the phone. Okay, and that's it. So as you can see, the back piece is adhered to that. And there you go. So a basic link system, all of it's pretty much moving parts. Just make sure it fits nice and tight around it. And that's basically it. So as you can see inside here, I'm not sure if you can see real well. So you can see inside there, there's some rubber pieces in the corners and on the edges of the case to make sure it doesn't like touch up against your phone and scratch it up at all. So as you can see, it's like felt almost. It's almost like a rubber, like a felt material. I'm not sure what it is, but it does include those rash guards that you can add to the edges of your. You can add to the edges of your case as well, or your phone. Those rash guards, if you don't want to make sure, just in case this metal doesn't scratch the phone, but also there are a lot of openings on the case, as you can see. So dust and little particles and things could get in there and scratch the sides of the phone. So you can add those pieces to it. So that's pretty much it. So you just take off that one screw. And there you go. And when you want to put it back on, put the screw back in there, and then the case is installed on the phone. Okay. So overall, guys, a really cool, awesome looking case. Element case is probably one of my top 3 favorite case makers. It's just a different style kind of case. There's other aluminum case makers out there. Most of them have similar styles and shapes to their cases. But now that they have their Sector 5 case, that's a little bit different from the other ones. All the other ones have the similar styles like their older cases with the 2 screws in one corner here and 2 screws in the back, and it was like 2 separate pieces. But this case is really nice. Now, keep in mind, it does retail for $200, so it is quite an expensive case. I'm not going to try to hide that fact at all. It's one of their limited edition cases, and so they have some more. Other sector cases a little less expensive than this one. But you know, keep in mind, it is a very sharp looking case. It comes with a lot of extras, so I'll leave it up to you guys to decide whether or not you feel that $200 is too expensive. I know for the average person, they're not going to spend $200 on their case, which is probably what they spent on their phone. But for those that have the expendable cash and that really admire and like the nice quality style cases, this is definitely where it's at. And I wish I had it with me. I have it at work right now, but I still have the very first Vapor 4 case that they released for the iPhone 4. And the craftsmanship on this case and on that case, it's like 2 different worlds. Not that the first case wasn't bad or anything, but this, like, the attention to detail on the Element case's newer products is like they've really stepped it up a lot compared to the original cases that they were releasing for the iPhone 4 back in the day. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really nice quality case, and you can tell a lot of work has been into it, and the craftsmanship is really there, and it just looks real sharp. So anyways, guys, that's it for me today. If you have any questions, post those below. I'll do my best to get back to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video review.